I really hope you don't hate me after this. Hey guys, my name is Serena. Welcome back to my channel. The other day, I was looking through my to-read shelf on Goodreads and I saw that there are a lot of book series that I am not interested in reading anymore. So from 700 books on my to-read shelf, I passed to like 250. The main reason why I had all those books on my to-read shelf is because 2 years ago I was obsessed with Book Outlet. I still am, but I am also on a book buying ban, so I don't buy as much. But I did buy a lot of books. Thankfully, there aren't a lot because I was just starting collecting books. At the same time, I was adding them onto my to-read shelf on Goodreads. So when I was looking through it the other day, I saw that there were a lot of book series that I actually didn't remember putting on there because on Book Outlet, books are so cheap, you don't even care about the plot anymore. You'll just add them to your cart or to your wish list and buy it. That is usually what happens, at least that happened to me. I'm not going to talk about the less popular books, but today I want to talk about all the popular book series that I eliminated from that shelf and probably will never read. Disclaimer, these are my opinions. I do not want to offend anyone. If you like one of these series or multiple book series I am going to talk about in this video, please let me know down below. And if you give me a very good reason to read them, I'll maybe check them out. Let's get on with the video. The first book series is a popular one and it's a recent one, and this is Truthwitch by Susan Dennard. Okay. And yeah, I don't know much about this book series and I heard about it a lot the past year or two, but I'm just not interested in it. And the same goes with Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. Probably another reason why I'm not going to read this book is because I don't like the element of time travel that much. But yeah, that's mainly the reason why. Another book series by Alexandra that I'll probably never read is The Darkest Minds. And it was popular on BookTube a couple of years ago, but yeah, it just never captured my attention that much, so I'm not gonna read it probably. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. I heard that the last book in this trilogy isn't that great and people didn't like it that much, so I don't think I want to invest in this series. And I have the same reason for Rebel Belle by Rachel Hodkin. The third book wasn't very loved. The second book I think wasn't loved either, so I'm just gonna pass on it. Then I have the Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. I read To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han and I really like it. It's so cute. I read the second book, can't wait to read the third book. I am not a contemporary girl, so there are other contemporaries that I really want to read, so I'm not gonna read this one. The next book series isn't actually completed. Only the first book is out so far, and this book is Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I read Divergent, loved it. Insurgent was okay. Allegiant, I didn't like it. So I am kind of scared to read another Veronica Roth book. And plus I heard some bad things about it, so yeah. And also it's science fiction and I don't read a lot of that either, so I don't know. I think I'm not gonna read it. Ruby Red by Kirsten Greer. This was a book series very popular on BookTube in 2014, I think, or earlier. But I think I'm too late for this one. I think it's a YA, too childish. I don't know. But I have that impression. I'm not gonna read it. The next two series are two series by Mary Lou, Legend and The Young Elites. I really want to read something by Mary Lou, so I wanted to ask you, which book series should I check out, Legend or The Young Elites? Alice in Zombieland by Gina Showalter. Just lost interest. The Selection by Kira Cast. This book series is a guilty pleasure for a lot of people. I heard that the last 2 books that aren't part of the first 3 books, the main trilogy, aren't that great. And it's actually just a story inspired by Bachelor, Bachelorette, and I'm not interested in it. I don't know. Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. When I first heard this title, I was like, what the hell? That title is horrible. But yeah, same reason for the Summer I Turned Pretty series. There are other contemporaries I want to read. I'm gonna pass on this one. The 100 by Cass Morgan. I watched the show and I really like it. And I heard that they are very different and the books aren't very loved, so I'm just gonna stick with watching the show. The next books that I'm going to talk about are all books that I'm not interested in because I think I'm too late to read them. They were very popular years ago and I think I'm too old for them now. So here they are. Fallen by Lauren Kate. Matched by Ali Condi. Delirium by Lauren Oliver. Beautiful Creatures by Kemi Garcia and Margaret Stoll. And Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. Then I have Graceling by Kristen Cashore. This is, I think, a fantasy and I love fantasy. But between all of them, this just doesn't capture my attention, so I'm not gonna read it. Then I have These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I think this is a science fiction. Again, I am not interested in it, but the cover is gorgeous. And lastly, I have Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I love the show, but the main reason why I'm not gonna read this series probably is because they are huge. They are like 1,000 pages and more each, and they're very intimidating. I thought the same about Game of Thrones, the Song of Ice and Fire series, but my best friend is at the 5th book. Can't believe she read that quickly, the series, but she told me that they are amazing, and I thought, what the hell, okay, I'm going to try it, the first book in the Game of Thrones series. But for what concerns Outlander, I think I'm going to stick with the show. I also heard that the second book was kind of problematic, so I don't know. Just gonna stick with the show, probably with this one. So yeah, guys, those were all the series I wanted to talk about today that I'll probably never read. Again, if you think I should read one of these because there's a particular reason that I should, that you loved it so much, I don't know, comment down below, let me know, and maybe I'll check it out. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!